Coming up tonight on YCN News, Claremont City Councilors will apply for the federal government's permission to allow ATV usage of trails. Energy Vermont Yankee takes first steps towards safely disposing of fuels. And New Hampshire Senator Sylvia Larson stops by Main Street Bookends in Warner. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening and welcome to this Friday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. It's not what members of the Sullivan County ATV Club wanted to hear, but it's the way it has to be for now. Instead of granting the club members the okay to ride ATVs along trails in Claremont, city councilors will file an application with the federal government for the club's permission to use the trail. Portions of the trail run along and through woods in Claremont to Newport and other local trails. In all, the ATV Club rides along 2.7 miles of unpaved road. To do so now will violate state and federal regulations permitting this use. Paperwork approved 20 years ago allowing the ATVs on the trails has been lost, which compounds the problem. The end of the outdoor pool in Claremont's Veterans Park is upon us. That's because city councilors voted unanimously Wednesday night to have the pool demolished. Claremont City Manager Guy Santagate received the votes from the City Council to commence the demolition of the community pool. Santagate will now seek requests for proposals to cover the cost of the demolition. The pool is located in Veterans Park off of Winter Street. Entergy's Vermont Yankee is taking its first baby steps into the future safe disposal of fuels. A press release from the Entergy Wholesale Commodities in New York stated that the company is seeking state approval to create a second storage pad on the Vermont Yankee site for spent fuels. Vermont Public Radio reported that Entergy plans to apply to the Vermont Public Service Board on June 30th for approval to construct this pad, which would include 100-ton dry casks, each which will hold up to 25 tons of spent nuclear fuel from the Vernon site. On Thursday, they began this process of approval by alerting Vernon's Planning Commission and Select Board and the Windham Regional Commission of its plans. VPR reported that the chairwoman of the Vernon Select Board, Patty O'Donnell, said the letter from Entergy regarding this step will be reviewed at the Select Board meeting on Monday, May 19th. Vermont Yankee currently has one storage pad, which reportedly is similar in size to the new one that will be proposed. Entergy had sued the Department of Energy for failing to take possession of these fuels, and last month, BPR reports, the company filed suit again to receive compensation for the storage and management of fuels produced in the last several years. The site at Yucca Mountain in Nevada, which the U.S. government spent billions on to use for storage, eventually failed. The recent press release from Entergy in New York noted that it was necessary to eliminate these fuels as a first step towards transferring them from the Vernon site to the U.S. Department of Energy for final disposal. According to VPR, Sandy Levine, the senior attorney at the Conservation Law Foundation, stated that with the closing of Vermont Yankee coming up at the end of the year, this moving of used fuels will improve safety and reduce the potential risk of leaks. Construction for the storage pad is expected to be complete by 2017 and transfer of fuels by 2020, the press release noted. YCN will keep you updated on Vermont Yankee as news progresses.
Hi, this is Anita from Brattleboro Mobile at Exit 3. The store now offers more products you can pick up when you're on the go. Green Mountain Coffee, drinks and snacks, beer and wine, and hopefully your next winning lottery ticket. Also, Brattleboro Mobile has added diesel fuel to go along with the 3 different grades of superior mobile gasoline. And remember, we have a courteous staff, a brand new look, and a convenient location, all at Brattleboro Mobile. See you soon.
Brattleboro Mobile on the roundabout at Exit 3.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. This week, the 15th annual Women Who Make a Difference luncheon was held by the Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice. Attendees gathered at Colby Sawyer College to celebrate some local women whose efforts made an impact in their communities. YCN's Ann Holmes spoke with high schooler Erin Truesdale, who is one of the 2 women presented with awards at the event. Let's hear from her now.
I'm here with Erin Truesdale, who's the young woman from Stevens High School, who has just won the Women Who Make a Difference Award by the VNA of New London. So Erin, congratulations.
Thank you so much. This was a complete surprise to me. I just thought I was kind of coming to attend the luncheon, but when my parents and one of my teachers also showed up, I was a little bit suspicious, but I never expected this.
So how did they get you here? They just told you to come to the luncheon as a sort of an example?
They gave me a printout just saying that I was invited, but that was about it. And, it's on the 14th of May, and so I thought I'd come. I thought it'd be a pretty good time, see some inspiring women, but never anticipated this in a million years.
And your parents are here. They must have known that you were going to win the award.
They did, actually. As soon as I was coming back down, I pointed at my mom, and I'm like, you knew and you didn't tell me.
Well, I'm sure they're very proud. So Erin, tell us about your academic accomplishments at Stevens High School.
So right now, my PSAT scores have showed me that I'm in the running for being a National Merit Scholar, which would be fantastic. Right now, I'm just working on building up my academic resume as much as possible by taking AP classes. Our school also offers college-level classes at a deeply discounted price. I took college-level chemistry last year, and anatomy and physiology I'm in right now. And so that's offering me the opportunity to get some of those credits and get a running start towards college and hopefully maybe even graduate a little bit early. One of my friends actually was able to do that.
And what do you see as, I know you're only a junior now, what do you see as sort of the next step after Stevens?
I'm looking towards going to college in Philadelphia. I'd like to study digital media design or game art and programming, something that can combine my love of art with my talents with technology, which is an area that I'm pretty comfortable in. And that kind of blends the best of both worlds, and there are all kinds of career opportunities in those fields as well.
Well, thank you for being with us here today, Erin, and congratulations, and we wish you every success in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ann, and congratulations to Erin on being recognized and awarded for your efforts. Yesterday, New Hampshire Senator Sylvia Larson stopped by Main Street Bookends in Warner, New Hampshire for a political session. YCN's Sean Bowman spoke with Senator Larson on what she accomplished during the session.
Senator Larson, thank you for being with us tonight. And tell me, what do you think are the best, what you really accomplished this session in the Senate?
Well, I think we can look on a balanced budget. Our issues are continuing with the budget, but the fact that we passed a bipartisan budget, and I think that the governor and the Senate and House have worked to be a bipartisan. This session is a huge improvement over the past. I feel very good just the other day that we passed the Equal Pay for Equal Work Act, which was my bill, and that's a huge accomplishment. There's 52% of this state and America that earn about 77 cents on the dollar. So this will allow for women, anyone, to ask and share wage information and to become more aware of if there are discrepancies in pay, particularly based on gender. So that I think is a big accomplishment for this session. We were disappointed that we weren't able to get the minimum wage. That shows huge support from about 76% of New Hampshireites support an increase from $7.25 to $8.25. Not a large step, but would have meant a lot for folks that we were not able to get through the Senate. It passed the House, but we'll keep working on that. So many bills. I've just left session. We spent all day working on bills, and we've including things relating to wind energy, such a variety of topics we cover. It's hard to pinpoint exactly which is the highlight, but I think the overall perception should be that we accomplished through bipartisan cooperation, a lot of successes in this session.
Anything you're looking forward to bringing back next year? Or you're disappointed that didn't go through for you this year?
Well, clearly minimum wage.
Right.
I think that needs to continue to be a dialogue, because if we pay a decent wage and improve what should be a living wage, anyone who goes to work every day should expect that they would be able to afford a roof over their head and food on their table. And we're seeing the current minimum wage, you're living in poverty because you're earning about $15,000 a year, which is federal poverty level. So that, to me, will be a large focus for next session. We go into a budget session next year. We're struggling right now with the issue of taxation on hospitals,
Right.
and that is causing about a $180 million gap. Unless we solve that, we're going to have to solve that. We are fortunate. The other accomplishment I have to highlight is the fact that we were able to get affordable health care to New Hampshireites, 76,000 New Hampshireites who will now qualify for assistance in their health insurance through the state agreeing to expand. So not only is the federal expansion happened, but for people in the lower income working people will be able to get assistance to pay for their health insurance. That's one of the best accomplishments I say we accomplished this session too.
In more Vermont news, the state is taking action to avoid delay of road projects in lieu of financial issues with the Federal Highway Trust Fund. The Brattleboro Reformer reports that Congress must act by mid-July in order to prevent the trust from running out of money. Various states have made big road projects with matching funds from the government, leading to this potential cut. Brian Searles, Transportation Secretary of Vermont, believes that most states will lose a third of their federal highway funds over the summer, which could delay Vermont's projects. Searles and State Treasurer Beth Pierce are working to develop a plan that would use state funds to keep all projects moving, the Reformer reports. Searles believes they could possibly use up to $15 million. This usage of state funds would not be a problem, said Treasurer Pierce's spokesperson Dylan Glamastista, because the federal government would eventually refund the state. The Reformer also reported that Congressman Peter Welch said Congress is working on more short-term solutions, but that he would support increasing the federal gas tax if that money is used to provide a solution for the Federal Highway Trust Fund.
YCN is now better to see with HD TV, over the air and on cable with 2 HD channels and online. In addition to our TDS 13 and Comcast 20 and 21, you can also find us at Comcast HD 712 and HD 713. Our award-winning local programs are all in high definition, complemented by our 4 program networks: Outside Television, Retro TV, Tough TV, and PBJ. YCN is your local view.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next few days and then move on to high school sports.
Thanks, Rose. Today we've got showers with a high of 72 degrees. Winds will be between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Tonight we'll have a 90% chance of precipitation with lows in the upper 50s. Winds will be around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow, winds will be around 5 and 10 miles per hour with a 60% chance of showers before 2 p.m. Highs will be in the upper 60s. Tomorrow night will be cloudy with a low of 41 degrees. Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 69 degrees and winds around 5 miles per hour. Sunday night we have a 30% chance of showers with cloudy skies and a low of 44 degrees. Here's a glimpse of the weather from our northeastern and national radar maps. You can see we've got some rain coming in this weekend. Now let's see what's coming up on our community calendar. Tomorrow, get ready to spring into Warren, New Hampshire with their 7th annual Arts Celebration from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. with artists, 5 New Hampshire authors, a farmers market, children's activities, and more in conjunction with the American Booksellers Association's first ever Storytime Day. In Allstead, the Orchid Hill and Orchid School are holding a May Festival from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. On Sunday, the Fireside Inn and Suites in West Lebanon is holding a Twin State Sports Card and Coin Show from 9 a.m. to 2. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. There were some local high school games yesterday that are worth mentioning. The Newport Tigers fought with Monadnock High School. Newport only managed 1 run, but still won the game against Monadnock, who had no runs. Very close and intense game. In girls softball, Newport once again dominated Monadnock in a 6-4 final score. Turning to Vermont boys lacrosse, Woodstock Union High School battled with opponent Mount Anthony. Woodstock showed much effort, which brought their scoring ahead of Mount Anthony. The final score was 10-6.